What's up, everybody? Welcome back to We the Champs.
Yes.
Coming back to hit you with the work. We got Uncle D in the building. Got your what's up, Unc? And we got your host, Jalen. We in here, guys. So we're gonna be going over FIBA Basketball World Cup, some burning NFL questions for the seasons, and what's Giannis thinking? Question mark. All right, but before we get into it, do us a quick favor, hit that like, subscribe, and share it amongst everybody, even your pets, guys. All right, Uncle D. So, man, you got your jersey. What jersey you got on right now?
Man, the man Austin Reeves.
What? Hold on.
Lake Show.
What? I didn't even know that was a Reeves jersey. I didn't. Oh man.
Number 15. Hey, that's my guy. I'm a big Lakers fan.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying. They call him the Hillbilly Mamba. Shout out to Austin Reeves.
Oh, where the hell is he from? Man, is Newark? He's Arkansas.
You say he's from Arkansas?
Newark, Arkansas.
He played college ball where?
Let me look real quick. I forgot. He seems like a Gonzaga dude or something like that. He played college Wichita. Close enough.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, actually, he's definitely a Wichita State kind of guy.
Yeah, man. So it's crazy, man. Lakers always find some random white dude that can hoop, man. Mm-hmm. My homeboy Alex Caruso. Shout out to the Bald Eagle, you know. But then now it's my guy Austin Reeves, man, balling out right now.
Yeah, man, has he? So do you think Reeves has hit his ceiling in the NBA? Everybody's like, oh, he's not too athletic and such and such. Or do you think there's more for him to expand? Like, how do you see him playing now?
So they were actually talking with Steve Kerr about how he's been hooping, and so he's a guy who plays crazy defense, is like very active. He can shoot the ball. He's surprisingly athletic. And then if you look at a player like him going to the World Cup and being able to practice with solid NBA players, Anthony Edwards, you're guarding these guys in practice, he's only going to get better. Like he has sky's the limit for an athletic young shooter like Austin Reeves.
Mm-hmm.
So really proud. He's been balling out. 12 points in the first game, 15 in the second, like leading Team USA right now.
Okay. And they had the first round last night. They played against Greece. I watched, didn't catch the full game or the live broadcast, but I did watch the highlights. Looked like they were just having their way. Austin Reeves had the play on both sides of the court. He had the steal. Got passed it down to him, came up for the two-hand jam. And there was one play, I'm not even sure who they passed it to. He passed it to the paint. The guy just threw it behind his back to Austin Reeves, missed the layup. Then somebody just had to put back for the finish.
Man, their second team unit, like Banchero from Orlando. You got Tyler Halliburton running point. Their backup team their number 2 unit is just as good as their starting unit. So.
They got
I'm trying to say this team is going to be weak, but
this team is dope, bro. Like, I mean, they're not the top tier. Like, you know, you're not looking at top 10 NBA guys, but man, the guys they're playing would be lucky to even get a roster spot on the NBA teams these guys are on. They're all starters, right?
Yeah, everybody's a starter. Yeah, they're all starters. So I think the only team that looks on paper just as good as Team USA right now would probably be Canada. Surprisingly, Spain has played bad this season. Who else? Giannis didn't play for Greece. He skipped it this year. There's a lot of teams that like their star players didn't show up, but Canada is looking crazy this year. You look at Team Canada's roster.
I'm looking at it right now. Well, go ahead.
Team Canada, they actually look like they got something to prove.
They got Shea.
Yeah, Shea. Hey, you having Shea, and he's not even leading them in scoring right now. So
who's leading them in scoring?
What's my man for the Knicks? They're actually playing right now.
RJ.
Yeah, RJ Barrett's actually leading them in scoring. Canada's playing Latvia right now.
All right, the second.
What's that?
Like right now?
Yeah, right now.
Oh, damn.
Because they're actually playing in the Philippines, so their schedule is crazy. Your boy Dylan Brooks is on the team.
Bro, my gosh. All right, Dylan Brooks, man. The guy's annoying. The faces he makes is stupid. Like he built this case against himself. But I feel like okay, all that's all right. However, the one part where he definitely messed up at, it's like, all right, bro, you can be yourself, but him not being humble is what just killed him. Him just talking so much junk and saying whatever you wanted. I feel like that really like spiked his reputation.
Bro, he's still going. They actually did an interview with him last week, and he's not backing down from any of his stances. I mean, I don't even know what to say. He made $80 million this all season for his contract. I was surprised that Houston gave him that much money, but good for him. I like when brothers get paid. But
I feel like it's like he I don't know. It's like he just has to hang his hat on all the nonsense he brings, but I guess he's rocking with it.
I mean, would you want him on your team?
As a player, maybe like a backup player, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a backup, I'm not paying him $80 million though.
No.
PJ Washington got less money than him yesterday. I was surprised they paid PJ like less than that. He got what 45 million for 3 years.
Damn.
But Dylan Brooks got more than him. So I'm sorry. Crazy times.
Man, that's a head scratcher. But I feel like they probably think he's a good player to help build around that very young roster in Houston Rockets. Just a good player to have there that's not going to take away touches from the young guys. Yeah, or maybe he would.
But last year, like if you look at his shooting percentage, he was terrible. Like in the playoffs, he was terrible. He couldn't buy a bucket. So, I mean, hopefully he's not taken away from guys that actually should be getting the ball in their hands because Houston has like a really good young team.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he's not shooting the ball instead of like Amir Thompson or one of the Thompson twins or
Green.
And Green's already taking bad shots either way, but he can still hoop. If anybody's going to take a bad shot, I'd rather be Green, Smith, or Thompson, not Dylan Brooks.
Not Dylan Brooks. It's like, bro, you post up for that one little corner three and keep it moving.
He couldn't even hit those corner threes last season, so I don't know. Hopefully, balls out, man. He actually look. Oh, if he's playing in the 90s or something like that, he might be like Ron Artest Jr. or something.
All right. So what are we expecting here? A Canada and USA collision course? Is that what should happen?
Man, I don't know. I can't really bet against Luka Magic in any kind of tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Luka's the best player in the tournament, right?
Oh, easily.
So I would like to say USA, Canada have the two best teams, but in basketball, a lot of times the best player can actually win the tournament. So we'll see.
And coaching here too. Who's coaching this Canada team? Do you know anything about the coaches they have?
It was Nick Nurse last year.
Oh,
I don't know if he's still coaching them. So I mean, if it's Nick Nurse is a great coach. But you know who's coaching Team USA?
Yeah, I seen it. You got Kerr.
Yeah.
Spo. Frank. Who else is on there? Who's that old ass dude on there? Mark Few.
Who is it?
Mark Few.
Mark Few.
Yeah, I'm not tripping. Yeah, Mark Few, assistant coach.
Oh man, they got some old. Yeah, that dude's old.
Yeah, he's old as hell. And Tyronn Lue.
Oh yeah, they got amazing coaching staff.
So this is actually interesting, man. You look at the FIBA World Cup. So I mean, we know USA is the dominant basketball powerhouse of the world and whatnot. The NBA is the best league, and I like to compare it to Europe and their soccer leagues and how USA compares against the rest of the world. If you if you just look at Lionel Messi, have you been keeping up with that, bro?
Yeah, MLS.
He's making a mockery of USA soccer, just kicking it through guys' legs. I think he scored in every game. He's gotten
at least once in every game.
At least one time, dude. Miami went from like the damn worst team to the best team, bro. From one player. I mean, not just any player, arguably the best player ever. Yeah.
So quick segue. I gotta ask you this because they were arguing about this a few days ago. Do you think that's bad for the sport for MLS? Or is it good for MLS?
Oh, it's good for MLS because MLS is already bad.
But I mean, it's not. They were complaining. Somebody was like, "Well, everybody's just coming to watch Messi. So what happens? If Messi retires or whatever. Hopefully, it inspires other stars from Europe and South America to come over and play in the MLS."
Yeah, either way, if he retires, there's still more viewers in the league. Like, just think of how many. Compared to so pretty much Miami's becoming a powerhouse with Messi there. Like, compared to the Lakers or the Cowboys fan bases. They get that fan base. What's that going to do? That's just going to branch out. Some more people coming to watch and more people getting fans. It's like, all right, cool. My Uncle Darnell fell to the Inter Miami game. All right, cool. Who's that team they playing? What? That's Nashville? Okay, I kind of like that guy right there. Yeah. All right, cool. Hey, fam, we're gonna watch this game. It just happens. More eyes.
And people they forget how the NBA was in the 80s. So the NBA was dying before Magic and Bird, and then they helped save the league. But then when Jordan came into the league, everybody was going to watch Jordan play. And so you had these raggedy teams, the Bucks back in the 80s when they were bad. Then you had the Mavericks back in the 80s when they were bad. But Jordan's coming in town. He's still selling out the arena. So, he's pulling the value of the entire league. And it's the same thing that Messi's doing. So I don't see how it can be a bad thing. There's some people arguing that it was a bad thing that Messi's killing the league like that. But
bro, no, it's good. I mean, I get what he's saying, it's making us look like we suck ass. Bro, we not saying we suck, but we're nothing compared to these leagues. I mean, you compare the NBA to the Premier League.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just a totally different level.
But also maybe that inspires the competition to get better. That inspires everybody. Okay, we gotta step up. You know what I'm saying? And so that inspires kids. Soccer in America for kids is crazy.
Yeah, that's blowing up. I feel like that's replacing a lot of football.
Yeah.
A lot of football because, parents are worried about their kids being injured and specifically the head trauma. That's the number one thing.
Well, I mean, think about what the average career span for a player in the NFL is, 5 years, 3 years?
No, 2 or 3 years.
And so then you look at soccer, and even if you're in a lesser league, you're still making millions. You can go out to Saudi Arabia and make money.
And then there's more, and you compare that to you compare that soccer to football and basketball. Football, there's only one true market for football. I mean, you have the NFL, you have the other leagues, the Canadian League, and still even then, those are lesser. There's a lesser amount of teams and whatnot. And in basketball, the chances of you making it to the NBA are it's not going to happen. Yeah. But you do have opportunity overseas. But in soccer, there's so much more money and so much of a bigger fan base in soccer. It's like, man, get little Johnny in soccer at 4 years old. His chances are better than basketball or football.
Yeah, I mean, football is by far the worst opportunity for you to go pro.
And then another thing, there's more players on the soccer roster too, more than basketball. Yeah,
it's true. But I mean, at least in NBA, you can go play like in some of the most beautiful countries in the world. Same thing as soccer. I think they go hand in hand. Soccer, you probably make more money, but I mean, those are both two fields or two careers, two sports that you have like a long career. Those guys are playing. People are playing into their late 30s and 40s in basketball and soccer. Mm-hmm. Nobody's playing. You can barely play into your 30s playing football. So I mean,
right.
The longevity is huge for those sports.
So different. All right, but going back to that USA Greece game, yeah, they beat them pretty good. So was that Antetokounmpo, the brother that had the spin dunk?
Yeah.
That was nice. That was the highlight of Greece's game, and it came off a steal, like a steal attempt. It bounced to him, he grabbed it, just spun around and dunked it and flexed.
Man, all the Antetokounmpos ball out for Greece. So shout out to Giannis for keeping his brothers relevant, keeping them hooping. Antetokounmpo family always showing up for Greece, man. I was kind of upset that Giannis couldn't play, but hopefully
I know that would have been so cool.
Man, Olympics should be crazy. Was it in 2 years? 2 years in France? I mean, France's team isn't that good this year, but they didn't have the alien didn't play for them this year, so it was only Batum and those guys. But for the Olympics, you would expect all the heavy hitters to come out and play for their countries. Jokic didn't play for the World Cup. He'll play for the Olympics. They're talking about your boy Ben Simmons playing for Australia.
Oh my God!
Shout out to Ben Simmons.
Now, speaking of the shout out Ben Simmons. Speaking of Antetokounmpo, so Giannis is requesting for some more hitters to the team. He's trying to see some improvement with the Bucks. Now, honestly, man, I did not think. All right, I remember like 2 years ago. I don't know. It was 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know if you remember me saying this. I kept saying Giannis is going to go to the Warriors. Watch. Giannis is going to go to the Warriors.
Yeah.
What kind of reality are we living in that something like that can't happen?
Man, so if you guys don't know, Giannis came out and he was talking about he's not going to sign a long-term contract with Milwaukee until he sees more improvement, more of a commitment to winning from the franchise, which, I mean, I get it. He's one of the top 3 players in the league. So if Milwaukee doesn't do more to improve their roster, there's a chance that Giannis won't be with the team. I don't see a world where he should honestly be on a team where Chris Middleton is your second best player. Yeah. And no knock on Chris Middleton, but he just has knee injuries and stuff now. He's not the same Chris Middleton as he was like 2 years ago. So people are saying Golden State. People are saying the Lakers. Some people are trying to say that the Knicks should go ahead and make a trade for him. But I mean, everybody's always trying to say the
Knicks, yeah.
Knicks, nobody's trying to go live in New York like that.
So, man, over the course of the next 3 years or so, right, do we see Giannis on another team?
Man, I think so. I honestly think so. Like this,
because he can't stay with Milwaukee forever, bro. Like, right? Like,
I mean, they said that about Dirk playing in Dallas forever. So I mean,
Dirk was good, but he wasn't like Giannis though.
Man, Dirk was nasty.
He was, but it's not like Giannis though.
So, where would you like to see Giannis go if he moved on from Milwaukee? You saying Golden State?
I like to see Golden State. That'll be foul, but they're almost in that period where they're going to be transitioning to something totally different.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like to. You know what? I want to see him stay out in the East. I feel like there's one organization who. They haven't been to where not Miami. I want to see this team just build something completely new and just bring heavy hitters in and just spark it back up. I want to see Giannis play in Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see Chicago
down the road from him, man. He ain't even got to really move out his mansion,
bro. Oh my God, I just want to see Giannis play in Chicago. Have like a legit squad, and I don't know. I think that'll look dope in the red Chicago Bulls thing.
Man, I think it'd be great. But I look at it from perspective of being a young black millionaire, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've lived in that climate for the last 10 years. He needs to go somewhere sunny, somewhere warm, somewhere beautiful, somewhere you can enjoy that beautiful year-round warmth. So I'm looking at either Miami, because Miami always seems to get stuff done randomly, or you already know what I'm gonna say.
LA,
the Lake Show,
bro.
It's gonna be about that time, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be about that time. Because I was surprised that the Lakers re-signed AD like that. So
me too. I was really surprised too. They're like, we keeping you for the long haul. And I'm not sure if that was the best idea, but I mean, I guess who else was available at the time, you know?
I mean, I ain't gonna talk about it, man. I appreciate AD for helping us get that bubble championship. But even if, let's say, Giannis will be up for free agency in 2 years, right? And so AD just resigned for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
3 years on an extension for 4. So you can trade Giannis for AD and then have an expiring contract, some draft picks, or if Giannis goes as a free agent. I mean, I'm just saying that's the perfect star to have in LA after LeBron.
That's crazy, man. After LeBron.
So
that'll be fun to see.
Have his number go up in the rafters beside all the Laker greats, I would have Giannis out there.
That's crazy. Like purple and gold. Now, what was I about to say? What was I about to say? I forgot. All right. Any other I don't remember. Oh, okay. So what would the Bucks have to do to keep Giannis exactly?
Man, I don't know. They're gonna have to swing for the fences and make some kind of play to bring somebody in, but there's nobody I could really think of that you could bring in. Like, they won that championship with good defense and shooting, but I don't know who else you would bring in coming up. Everybody else has seemed to re-sign long term, so usually by the middle of the season, somebody's not happy with their situation and is requesting a trade or whatever, but they have to have a second star.
Just please not James Harden.
Oh, Lord, no. Oh, Lord, no.
I'm going to try to come rob them, boys.
Oh, man. Lord, no. I would not trade Holiday or Middleton for James Harden. Because at least them boys show up in the playoffs, man. Those boys play good in the playoffs. James Harden, you never know what you're gonna get. You can either get a 45-point triple-double or a 10-point, 30% shooting average. So you never know, man. So I need that consistency. Yeah, James Harden. Yeah. Man, I wouldn't trade Miles Bridges for James Harden.
Oh no, not even that, bro. Oh my gosh, I wonder what he's gonna do next. All right, man. So, all right, yeah, we got Giannis possibly moving. Yeah, I'm looking at some stuff. It says could join the Lakers, Knicks if he leaves the Bucks. The Knicks would be exciting too. New York, man.
Man, everybody says that until you see somebody in a Knicks uniform, and then it's like they said the same thing about Carmelo, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when Carmelo went to the Knicks, everybody's Carmelo. It was hot for like a season. It was hot for a season. I don't know, man. It's not as entertaining when people go to the Knicks anymore. So nobody's really going to New York like that. It's not a relevant team to play for. Don't get me wrong. The Garden is a great place for opposing players to go and drop memorable games, but nobody.
It's tradition. It's just tradition now, bro.
Yeah, somebody goes and balls out, man. So who's the last player that the Knicks had that balled out? Julius Randle,
Jeremy Lin,
Lynn Sanity. Brunson balled out last year, but
Brunson's tough.
Brunson balled out last year, but I'm just saying, like, people are talking about getting rid of Julius Randle right now. They're tired of him, so I don't know, man. We'll see.
I just remember watching him shoot all those damn threes last season.
Julius
like, bro,
Randle?
Yes, it made me. I'm like, bro, stop shooting all these damn threes, dude. Oh my gosh, that was frustrating to watch.
Bro, I'm surprised they didn't trade him in the offseason, man. I'm surprised. I actually like Julius Randle. I just don't know like how he fits on that team. Mm-hmm. I was upset with my team. I'm a Lakers and a Hornets fan, so I was upset when the Lakers got rid of Julius Randle. Or even he was a good fit in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know. I honestly would rather have Julius Randle in New Orleans than Zion. Him than Zion. Like I'd rather have him than Zion right now.
True.
Zion, you seen the pictures of Zion lately?
What is he looking swole or something?
Man, that dude looked like he been working out with Thor. Like yo, he looked like he actually is in shape. But we'll see how long that lasts. But I mean, I hope Zion can like keep himself together, because you remember when he was about to come out and we was all talking about how crazy he was going to be. Even though I said Ja was going to be better, and I would have taken Ja. But the year he came into the league, he was supposed to be like that dude. But I mean, he's that dude when he plays. But I mean, me and you probably played more games than he did last year. So.
Right. It's like, damn, man, you gonna be there? Shoot. All right. Well, let's move this along to. The season is almost here. The preseason is over, guys. Oh man, cut day. Yeah, man. People talking about the preseason. Preseason is good, bro. It just feeds you little crumbs. It just makes you even hungrier for football, man. I feel like that's why we need it. I'm just glad there weren't any significant injuries. You know, a lot of teams did play their starters. Even Aaron Rodgers got out there.
Yeah.
Rodgers threw that touchdown to Garrett Wilson.
He looks good, man. He looks hungry again.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it seems like. And you got to think a player of his caliber can, you know, come back and just come out there and whoop ass like that. But yeah, man, the preseason was pretty good. You even saw Josh Allen out there running, doing tricks, slinging the ball. Yeah. Mahomes, everybody.
Except my boy for the Bengals. Hopefully he heals up.
Yeah, he's Burrow's hurt.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be ready for the opener. They're talking about he's looking like he'll be back on the field for the opener. So
okay, that's good. All right, so one of the biggest pieces of news, I'm not too interested in it, but it's Trey Lance, bro. Bro, this Trey Lance stuff. Gosh, it's like you just got to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, but it's like we got to talk about it.
We got to go ahead and just get this out of the way, man.
So it's like one thing, it's like the 49ers messed up big time. They traded up for this pick, and it's like they missed out on so much stuff they could have had if they didn't get trade up for this pick.
Man, shout out to the Miami Dolphins for getting – man, they built their whole team off of a stupid trade. The Dolphins are like, they love Trey Lance, man. They might as well send him some money, yo. They need to send him. They need to send him at least $1 million.
Hey, bro, we're gonna break you off a little something, man. But yeah, man, Trey Lance gets traded to none other than Dallas Cowboys for a 4th round pick.
Only the Cowboys.
Only the Cowboys. Bro, I know people are saying So one thing is you can't invest too much in a quarterback. Like now, if Lance was a hit, all that the San Francisco 49ers traded was worth it. Same scenario with the Panthers. If Bryce Young is a hit, all that they traded to get Bryce Young was completely worth it. But I'm looking at this. I'm like, was Trey Lance even worth a 4th-round pick?
Yo, but I mean, I know we're talking about that trade, but the crazy thing is when Carolina traded for Bryce, Bryce had a pedigree coming into the league, yo. So he's Alabama quarterback, Heisman winner, put up amazing stats, balled out.
Dude just balls. He plays quarterback. He's a quarterback.
What did you know about Trey Lance before he was drafted?
Bruh, all I knew about Trey Lance was 2 highlights they kept showing. Bro, it was like 2 or 3 highlights they kept playing over on ESPN and NFL over and over again. And that's all I had to see in Trey Lance. They said he protected the ball. He didn't turn the ball over. Super athletic, which they're saying he's not as athletic as they thought he was.
Man, you gotta blame those scouts, man. Yo.
And he didn't play much. Hold on, I have it back here from our other week. I got the notes right here. Here it is. He played 19 games overall in college.
Where did he go to school at?
San Diego State University.
No,
it's my bad. Fuck, South Dakota State.
North Dakota.
North
Dakota State.
Okay. And yeah, he went, but I say this all the time. I did not understand this pick when it happened, bro. I just didn't understand it.
That was all right. So if you would have drafted Trey Lance at the end of the 1st round with like 27th pick or beginning of 2nd round, cool, whatever. You moved up to the number 3 pick to draft.
They moved up. They traded capital to get him.
Yo, that's crazy. And the only reason why it's not a bigger deal is because that organization has been like solid without him, right?
Oh yeah, this was the Cowboys. The Cowboys would be getting.
Yo,
boy, the Cowboys would be going.
Anybody else, man? Anybody else? But like they've been able to like maneuver around it because they had the Bosa pick. They had all these other good moves that they've done. But in 2-3 years, if they don't win a Super Bowl, then that's gonna honestly be like the biggest black eye on their organization is all the stuff they gave away to get a quarterback who on paper, if we read, I'm gonna move up and draft a quarterback who's only played 20-something games at North Dakota State.
Not even so it was 19 games, and he played 1 game that last season. That was that COVID season. Yep. So he didn't even play that year. Bro, what the hell? Man, I don't know what the hell I would say. But one thing though, apparently other teams did want Trey Lance, so he was a hot commodity. I don't understand why, but he was a hot commodity. But my thing was, Shanahan, he has his offense. It's like, all right, here you go. We schemed this up so good. All you have to do is look left, look right, throw the ball, throw it away. It's all gonna be there. It's all gonna be there for you. So, like I said, it was just a straight raw product without, not gonna say his own mind, but his own philosophy of football at quarterback. Kyle Shanahan probably saw some clay. He's like, okay, I can mold this up. I can shape this up. It'd be exactly how I want. He has all the tools to be elite. Let's get it. And like I said before, it's one of those things where you're so smart, you outsmart yourself at one point.
Yo, it makes me think about when Jalen Hurts was coming out. Think about when Jalen Hurts was coming out for the draft. How many teams had the opportunity to draft Jalen Hurts, and everybody was talking themselves out of picking Jalen Hurts. They talked themselves out of a top 5 quarterback. Jalen Hurts in college was crazy at 2 different universities, at 2 different top 10 universities. Jalen Hurts was nasty. but yet that's not the guy. And there's all kind of film. There's all kinds of stats on everything, his presence as a leader. But that's the person that you had questions about. But then you pick Trey Lance. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's
wild. I wanted the Panthers to get Jalen Hurts. Didn't we talk about that the year that Jalen Hurts was coming out? I was trying to be like, man, Panthers should draft Jalen Hurts because he was gonna be available even in the second round. Carolina could have drafted Jalen Hurts, but I mean,
that would have been nice. But yes, so so now he's on the Cowboys, man, and it's like, all right, I got Dak Prescott. What are y'all expecting from Trey Lance, who's playing behind Cooper Rush on that depth chart? They looking for him to be just what the hell is going on?
They're gonna use him as a third down, short yardage quarterback to just do sneaks, maybe.
Do sneaks, man. What the hell, bro? I don't know what the hell they do.
I don't know.
Is he like a possible prospect to come in if something happens with Dak Prescott? Like, are we looking at like a Tony Romo situation where it's like, all right,
man, because Cooper Rush is the guy who's gonna take Dak's spot if anything happens. Because Cooper Rush is a given commodity, you know. So what happened when Dak was hurt last year? Cooper Rush came and balled out. So do you think that Dallas would bypass Cooper Rush
hell no,
and give it to Trey Lance?
Hell no.
Come on. So I don't even know what the purpose was for Dallas to even give up a 4th round draft pick for a position that they really didn't even really need to fill because you already have a good backup.
So I mean, it has to be transition. I mean, they have to be looking at Lance for the future, or just testing out to see what they have for the future. You know, I mean, if they traded a 4th round pick, it's very much so like when teams draft a mid-round quarterback when they already have their franchise quarterback. But
what's the difference between Trey Lance and Will Grier that they just released? Because Grier's numbers were probably better than Trey Lance in the NFL. So I mean, comparable in age. I mean, so
yeah.
I really don't understand why they released Grier and picked up Trey Lance and still gave away a 4th round.
A 4th round pick, yeah. I don't know. Hey, what? It's a question mark right here, boy. No, a couple of them, like.
Yeah, man. I don't know. We'll see. I guess. Hopefully, Trey Lance uses this as like an opportunity to like reinvent himself. He just hasn't had enough snaps. You know, there's no way that he can improve if he's not getting snaps. He's not getting the reps. So how's he going to get better? I hope that dude lasts in the league and he's still in the league 2 years from now. But I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen. Hopefully he'll be a backup. We don't know.
Hey, he's still going to make that $30 million.
Yeah, you talked me out of feeling bad for him.
Yeah, right. All right. So we head over to the AFC, where Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos are heading into the beginning of the season. So like we know, last year, the Broncos on offense, the defense was legit. Gosh, that defense was amazing. But the defense got tired of the offense being sorry. And, the offense was a mess. Now they're trying to feel reinvigorated with Sean Payton in as the head coach. Can Sean Payton do this in 1 year? Well, what are we looking at? What are the real Broncos' expectations?
It's really hard when you're in that division. Like, what are your expectations? Not to be last? Sean Payton is a good coach. Russell Wilson was a great quarterback. So I hope that was an anomaly for Russell last year, man. He rubbed so many people the wrong way too. It wasn't even just how bad it was the way he presented himself with
now
like that, man. So
now do you
go ahead?
would that have been different if they were playing great and they were winning? Like I remember hearing he was doing high knees on the plane while the teammates were trying to sleep and shit, or having the office. Like, would that have even been a thing if they were winning, or did that just get presented because it's like, oh, they're losing? Okay, we need to find somebody to blame on this. Oh, Russell's doing this and
I mean, if he wasn't missing throws, man, he was missing throws bad, yo. And
they dog Nathaniel, like Jay calling Nathaniel Hacksaw. They're dogging him, but man, Russell, he played bad last year. Like it wasn't
really bad.
Like those, like you said, those throws he was missing. That wasn't Nathaniel Hackett missing those throws.
No, I'm not taking up for Nathaniel Hackett, but the throws that Russ were missing definitely weren't his fault. Like they weren't Hackett's fault. Russ just played bad, and then he didn't endear himself to his teammates. Like he came in with this high and mighty like aura to him, and I get it because he should have been a 2-time Super Bowl winner, but I mean 1-time Super Bowl winner QB. But I don't know, man. He played himself out of a Hall of Fame career last year, which is crazy to think about. Somebody who was so solid the last 5 years before last year. So hopefully Peyton, who's supposed to be the QB whisperer, can work some magic with him.
But he did have Drew Brees for some time now. I mean, he was blessed with having Drew Brees, first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback,
but I mean,
for a long time. But he coached Jameis and Taysom up too. So
yeah, but Russell was good. Like we can't act like Russell wasn't good before he got to Denver. The year before he was having an MVP type of season. The first half of that season, he was playing like an MVP type of quarterback.
Right.
I think that he needs to hopefully just humbled himself to like actually pay attention. I actually hate that he broke up with Pete Carroll because that was almost a perfect coach for him as long as he would have just played his position, but he started feeling like he was bigger than the organization. So this is what it seems like. So I can't speak for the man. He must be a good dude since Sierra's his wife. So I mean, you gotta have something going for him.
All right. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. But I definitely see improvement on the offense. I'm just not too high on Russell Wilson this season. I'm just not, man.
I don't know anybody that's high on Russell Wilson this season.
Like, I definitely see some improvement, but man, last year was just so damn bad.
So, what do you think? So, do you think that this is going to be a bounce back year for Russell, or do you think this is going to solidify that this was a huge mistake?
It'll be a better year. However, it won't be worth that contract money, I don't think.
Yeah, man. Good for Russell getting that money. Good for the brother getting paid, man.
It'll definitely be a better year. And then, like we said, this defense was lights out. I don't know, man. This is a carousel. It's no telling, really.
But that division, like, I don't understand how. I mean, so the Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, we never know. Well, I have no idea what the Raiders are going to be like this year. So, I mean, what do you think? They're going to be third place?
They'll be good on offense.
Who
the defense. Yeah, but the defense, I don't see much from the defense at all.
So, Broncos we're looking at them being third place in that division because they're not going to be better than the Chiefs. They shouldn't be better than the Chargers. They shouldn't. So, I mean, maybe how would they even make the playoffs? I don't even see them getting a wild card spot.
It's not. They can't. I mean, you look at all the other good quarterbacks. I mean, look at the AFC East. Bro, look at the AFC East.
Look at AFC
and the AFC North, bro.
Come on now. The AFC North.
Oh, my God.
Every team in the AFC East and the AFC North, I can see making the playoffs.
Yeah.
All of them. And so what's left? What's left?
Where do they fit in?
I mean, I don't know, man. Like there's so many good quarterbacks in the AFC, but Russell Wilson is probably what the 8th best quarterback now
in the division. In the conference.
In the conference. In the conference.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He's probably the 8th best. Because I mean, you're not gonna put him ahead of
Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lawrence, Herbert, Rodgers. Yeah, that's 8 right there. Well, that's 7 actually. Unless there's some other guys. Oh, yep. Oh man.
Who's the quarterback for the Raiders?
Garoppolo.
Man, I'd rather take Jimmy G. I would take Jimmy G in that system. At least Jimmy G is. I mean, if Jimmy G's not playing well, it's because he's hurt. Mm-hmm. It's not because he's not playing well. It's because he's hurt. So when Jimmy G is on the field, he's playing well.
Ball.
So, way different than Russell. Russell's on the field looking like trash lately. So I would take Jimmy G right now. It's probably. I never thought I would say that a year ago, but I would take Jimmy G over Russell.
Damn. It's a hard statement right there. That doesn't even sound realistic.
Would you take Jimmy? Would you rather have Jimmy G or Russell Wilson right now? Right now, I'm talking about today.
Garoppolo. Garoppolo.
Okay. I was just making sure, man. Just making sure.
All right. What else we got here? Okay. How do you think Patriots fans are feeling right about now? Do you think they're just like?
I think they're very unsure because really none of us know how the season's going to turn out. I don't think it's going to be good, but if you think about the year that Drew Bledsoe got knocked out of their game and Tom Brady stepped in and became an amazing quarterback, nobody saw that coming either. So you don't know. You don't know how that team's going to look this year. The defense is going to be good. They finally spent a little bit of money, probably on the wrong players. If Mac can go back to playing how he did his rookie year and not turning the ball over, not getting frustrated, actually having a real offensive coordinator, hopefully he'll look better. But nobody knows how that team's going to look. Everybody just knows that division is a monster. Like, they, on paper, they are by far the worst team in that division.
Yeah.
By far.
Now, do you think if they have another lackluster season, this will be the end of Belichick's tenure in New England?
You think he'll get fired or do what?
Like a mutual agreement to part ways.
Man, how old is Bill Belichick, man?
He's 71.
Bill needs to go to the front office, man. I mean, seriously, it's not even. They should never fire that dude. There's no way I could ever see an organization fire somebody who's brought so much winning to that team. And there's so many teams that have never won a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. So out of respect for everything that he's done for that team, he should be able to coach that team until he doesn't want to coach that team. And I know everybody's like, well, they need to stay relevant and all that stuff, but Bill Belichick has earned the right to coach that team until he's done. Like think about Greg Popovich. Them cats have been terrible for the last 5 years. Nobody's talking about like Pop. You know what I'm saying?
But they haven't. Yeah, but you can't because they haven't gotten the talent. I mean, in the NBA, you need talent to do stuff.
You need talent too.
You need talent, and that's one thing they just don't have. Well, the offensive side of the ball. They just don't have the talent.
So I think the bigger problem with New England is Bill making all the decisions. So making all the personnel decisions. So if they did anything, they should bring in somebody to work with him on player personnel, and let him focus on coaching. That might be the compromise that the team can do to keep him on as a coach. And hopefully Bill would take that, but there's no way that Bill should ever feel good about getting fired from a team that he's brought 6 Super Bowls to.
But no, yeah. Like,
you know what I'm saying? There's no way. And everybody keeps saying, is Bill gonna get fired? Come on, man. Like
that's disrespectful.
That is, man. You know who never fires their quarterbacks, or who never fires their coaches? Pittsburgh never fires their coaches.
Yeah.
They've never fired a coach. People stepped away. Other than that, they give people the opportunity to develop, to make moves. And this year, I mean, Pittsburgh is looking like they might be.
Bro, that's Pittsburgh and Washington are my sleeper teams, dude.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah. We're on the same page.
Pittsburgh, man, they can do some things.
Yo, and what did they do? They stuck with rebuilding, and they didn't try to rush the process of rebuilding their team. Coach Tomlin, who's never had a losing season, stuck to the standards of just rebuilding this team. And then they drafted a quarterback who Kenny Pickett. Everybody was surprised that they picked Kenny Pickett at first.
It was so much buzz around that. It's like you knew it was going to happen.
Man,
I knew that was going to happen.
But I mean, on paper, Kenny Pickett wasn't he was a good quarterback, but with Coach Tomlin coaching him up, working with him, giving him confidence, building a team around him, he's turning into what might be a Pro Bowl quarterback. So, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. They look good.
Oh yeah, it's definitely some things coming out of here. Kenny Pickett's gonna be solid. Man, it's so many burning questions around the league. It's just like I'm just dying to know what's gonna happen, man. Dang, man, you got anything else for me?
Man, just cuts, man. Today it's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna get cut. It's gonna be interesting to see if Jonathan Taylor gets traded today.
Yo, what's up with Taylor? Dude, I drafted him in fantasy. I just hope he's in the right place.
So if Jonathan Taylor gets traded, there's only a handful of teams that can actually even make a trade for him. Indianapolis is looking for a first-round draft pick for him, which is fair. He's a top 3 running back in the NFL. So on paper, there's probably only one team that could make that move for him. It'd be interesting to see if they're going to make that move.
Who is that?
Miami Dolphins. Yeah. Shout out to the 49ers, giving them all those draft picks. Thank you again to Trey Lance. I mean, they're really the only team that makes sense for them. So if Miami will go ahead and give up that first-round pick and give him that contract that he wants, then Jonathan Taylor will be a Miami Dolphin by the end of the day.
Man, that offense in Miami would just be scary. It's already really good, but it'll be so scary with Jonathan Taylor. And that's one thing Miami lacked last season was a strong running game or a decent running game. You can look at the playoff game.
Chubb is a running back too, right?
Who? Bradley Chubb? For the Dolphins?
Who's Miami's running back?
Raheem Mostert.
Okay. Chubb is
and
the other Chubb.
They have a few guys that had a little decent little season in the league, but no consistent top guys. But with Taylor, oh my gosh.
Man, they have so much speed, man. Just even looking at their whole roster, it's all speed. So,
and they're to the point that Miami Dolphins are able to stay in any game. Like watching them play last year was really exciting. Okay, they had Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson Jr., both players that came from the 49ers. And then it's a runoff. So, yeah.
yeah. So, if Miami makes that move, then are they the best team in that division? Or are you still going with Buffalo?
I'm still rocking with Buffalo.
All right.
Until I see otherwise, I still got to rock with
Buffalo last year.
They did. But Buffalo beat them when it mattered the most. However, they didn't have Tua in that game.
They didn't have Tua. And
they still put up 30. They still put up 30 something.
The game was closed without Tua. So I'm just saying, if you're gonna hear it from me right now, if they make that move, then Miami will win the NFC East.
Okay. All right.
If they make that move.
Okay. Hey, we gotta do predictions on the next show.
Okay.
Predictions on the next show.
All right.
So I mean, it's predicted you taking your divisions winners, and we're gonna make predictions for the season or Super Bowl champ and all that. So MVP, Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
And so we can look back at it. So I remember I got right. I did get the Super Bowl matchup right last year. I picked right. I got that right. I took the Eagles to win, though. But I picked the Chiefs and the Eagles in the big game.
I mean, honestly, you weren't off because the Eagles that game was a great Super Bowl. So
yeah, I hated how I just hated it ended on that pass interference call. Yeah. It was legit. The ball wasn't reachable. I think if he didn't grab the jersey, it would have been fine. But he grabbed cloth. When you grab cloth, that's automatic.
Jalen Hurts, man. I honestly hope his season this year is better than it was last year, and he had an amazing year last year. So he deserved MVP last year, man. So hopefully Jalen Hurts balls out again. So I know how you feel about Jalen's.
Yes, sir.
So I hope my man balls out this year. I'm not a big Eagles fan, but I mean, respect where respect's due.
Sure enough. All right, guys. That wraps it up for this edition of We the Champs. We're gonna have these episodes out later today and trickle them down through the week. Be sure to tune in to us, guys. Like, subscribe, share. We the Champs. We out, y'all.
We out.